So it's another day of building here at Las Conchas del Mar. But me and Melinda, we had to take little brother out this morning trying to find him what they call an Americana, which is actually just an American style like suit or tuxedo, because he is about to do oath taking
for newly criminologists.
Yeah, he's gonna be a cop. This is the future of Popo. Watch out, bad boys, right? We're so proud of him. His late sister Maribel started his classes and supported him through for years while she worked abroad. When she passed away with stomach cancer, there was no sense in him losing what he's already worked so hard to try to achieve. So Melinda and I saw it on through the rest of the way, and he worked so hard for this, and we're proud of him.
Thank you.
So Melinda is looking forward to it as well. We're gonna have a little celebration for him, and
really?
again, uh-oh, shh, don't tell him I said anything here. Proud for you though.
Yeah.
We love you. He's a good dude right here.
Yeah.
He's a good dude. So now I got a daughter that's a cop, and now I got a little brother that's a cop. It's pretty awesome. So they're over here working on getting this hole on down to the depth that we need. And you see they broke through the layer of topsoil, and they've hit sand underneath. That shows you how this earth changes. That means that at some point in time in the past, the beach even was way up in here. So we got to hit that layer of sand, but we've already dug a well in this before. We know how deep that sand goes. It's also just a layer, and we'll move through it. I've had, in case any of you are wondering or wanting to throw in some advice, I just want y'all to know prior that I have had core samples drilled and soil analysis done here at this place where the house is going. And then upon those reports that came back is how that we move forward with engineering the house and the foundation plans. So this is something we already knew was under here as well. We've put in a well that was hand dug, and we know what we went through in the layers as we dug down. So one of the subscribers, Daryl, he was asking out there about what the lateral line situation is here. Well, that's not really a common practice in this country like it is in the US. They usually have in the final digestive chamber in that tank where the water's getting pretty clear at that point. It a lot of times have a stone bottom, no cement in the bottom of that section, and just a stone bottom that the water can leach down. Now, I don't have to do that here. Now, what we do have here is right down here, there is a subdivision drainage. And run this pipe here and tap into this storm sewer. There's a manhole cover here for it. This pipe comes around, it goes around right there by the utility pole at my property. It goes around by my garage and around here. That tank, well, on the clear side, on the final digestive chamber, we'll have a pipe coming out, coming up here and tapping into that. So this tank will not be down in the ground or ground level. It's actually, because of backfilling we still need to do in here, it'll be protruding above grade right there for now. Then once we backfill, it should be on up to ground level. I know it's common practice, everybody throws this hollow block up. No bigger than that tank is, and in the ground, it is super easy to form that and pour it solid concrete so that you don't have those cracking issues and it's weeping raw sewage into the ground without the others knowing it, without yourself even knowing it, right? So just consider that, anyone out there, really easy to form down in the ground and pour a tank. It's super easy. So, bro, you know what I'm gonna call this? This is gonna be the sugar shack. This is gonna be the sugar shack because maybe every evening when nobody's around, somebody's gonna be sneaking here under the sugar shack, under the shade trees. Yeah.
Yes.
Welcome to the sugar shack.
Yes.
Yeah.
Welcome.
I told y'all just now this was the sugar shack, and see, Sugar done showed up.
The general manager.
Yeah, Sugar just showed up.
What kind of sugar?
So I'm telling them that this little shed here, that I was telling Marvin and telling subscribers here, say hi.
Hello, subscriber.
Subscriber, just one? You're not gonna say hi to all of them? One of you are very special, apparently. I was telling Marvin that I'm named this now the Sugar Shack under the shade tree, because maybe every time we're not here late in the evening, this is gonna become the Sugar Shack.
Sugar shack.
Yep, yep, yep. A little late night brown chicken, brown cow. You never know. You never know. So what you been doing, Melly?
I've been in town. I bought some grocery, you know, for preparing for Friday. I mean on Thursday.
On Thursday?
Yes.
So which day is it? What's the final answer? Thursday or Friday?
Thursday. It's the final.
It's the final.
We have a simple celebration.
Yeah, I've already spilled the beans
Yes.
about that in video here.
Oh, it's already sprout.
Yeah, it's already sprouted. I spilled the beans and they sprouted. Funny. I was trying to talk about earlier how they strap this roof down to fight against this strong coastal winds. They don't just put nails. But anyway, this they take an old slipper, you see? This is what used to be a slipper. And they cut that foam up and poke it through there with these little ties that he's doing over here right now. And they'll poke a hole through that metal, suck this down. The foam works like a gasket too, and it spreads the weight out so it don't rip a hole, and it's flexible against those sheets, pulling underneath the load of the wind. See, that's what he's doing here now. Setting making those. They'll poke a hole through the metal, tie a little nail on, bring it through. You'd be surprised how strong it is. Tie with this cord on here. It don't split the bamboo like a nail will, and it's flexible and it can give some with the wind. They know how to handle things here along the shore. What's up, nail head? Is that a nail in the side of your head?
Yes.
You have a nail in your brain.
Always.
Cool, y'all here? He's been to the beauty salon. He got his hair done. He's got the bag protecting it right now, so he don't mess up his beautiful hair. Do you have it rebonded? Is it rebond? Those also get fat. Here's the proof right here. Look, look at you suck it in. I saw that stomach go in. Breathe, breathe, Manuel. Yeah, let it out, let it out. Okay, so you see there's proof of the fat Filipino right there. So Melinda had her brother bring me over a banana cue. A banana cue. This is like a caramelized, sugar-coated banana. And this isn't those super sweet bananas like we have back in the US. They're a little different. Here in this country, there are all kinds of varieties of bananas. Now when you haul 40-foot long bamboo on a trike, safety is so important. It's so important to have safety and put a red flag if you're hauling 40-foot long bamboo on a motorcycle. Safety first. Arlie, what? Every time you turn your head, I see something glowing on top. I see a big reflection right there. There it is. Shit. Oh, don't blame it on the light. Yeah. I think you got a solar panel of your own now. Pause. 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 So I'd ask Arlie to finish out this corner right here as much as he can before he puts a lot of focus over here on these other places. And the reason I want this one corner finished as far as he can and even the skim coating done is because my solar power inverters will be here any day. And as you see, we have electrical all coming down right there that'll feed this house. Well, we need to run power tools, and that means if I'm gonna be off grid here, I need to get in place now the power that we need for them to be able to operate tools here. So I asked him if he would go ahead and get this corner prepped and give it a little bit extra more focus than the other right now, so that when those come in, I can go ahead and start mounting them, tying it in here, and getting that off-grid system in place. Another thing I want to cover, if any of y'all notice, I have this large 22 mm rebar coming up out of these beams in 4 places here. Well, I'm going to run a heavy steel pipe around like a square up here, across, down the sides, across, all the way around. Make a large steel pipe square suspended above. And the reason being, so the reason that I'm gonna put those pipes up there is because I need lifting capability. And of course I'm here by the coast, and I wanted to be by the coast so I could launch out and enjoy this water, this sea, these islands, and have boats and jet skis. And man, there's days that are so calm out here, we could get out and enjoy. I've actually even brought a tube and things like that from the US. I know some of the locals here be like, what the heck is all of that? Water's just for fishing only. You just go out there and fish. You don't play. Well, I do. And there's gonna be times I'm gonna need to lift things like this big outboard engine, which is super heavy, off of a boat, or maybe I'm gonna need to work on a boat trailer, or you know, all of these things. Like maybe I need to work on the bottom of the boat. I can bring it in there. I can have belts that I can lift that boat up. I can have a hoist, I can lift the engine up, because we've hand put this engine on here, and let me tell you, it's heavy, it's awkward, it takes a lot of people, and one slip you could do a lot of damage. So that's the reason why I'm putting those lifting points. Plus, I've always been a person that loves to work on things. I love projects, I love to tinker, and who knows, maybe someday I want to upgrade the engine in the surf, or just be building something heavy and save that spine, save that back, build in some lifting capability. So that particular beams, I super oversized them for no more than the span was between the columns, so I could hang some loads from them. And man, did we put the steel inside those particular beams as well. So they were put in place just for the capability of being able to do that.